What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Premium Picks. Today, we are going to give our final picks and our betting update on UFC on ABC 5, Emmett versus Tuporia. If you want in-depth breakdowns of the fights, go back to our last video. That was almost an hour long. That's where we really break down the fights. But today, we're going to go rapid fire through each fight and say what bet we like and let you know if our picks have flipped at all. We've had a few days to look over the tape. So these are our final predictions. First fight on the night, we got Cody Brundage versus Cedric Dumas. This fight's going to be a pass for me. I bet on Dumas like a dumbass last time, and I lost. So I have no faith in either of these guys. Cody Brundage, not very good himself. He should be able to take him down and do his thing, but it's a pass for me. You betting on it? What do you think?
I am betting on it to not go the distance. So the under 2.5. I don't see this thing going to the third round, to be honest with you. So if you get the don't start round 3 bet, that's also good. As for an actual fighter, no, it's dog or pass, but I'm passing, right? So yeah, I'm not making that dumbass mistake again, brother. Not making that mistake.
I hear you, buddy. All right, moving on. We have one of my favorite fights. This is Prospect versus Prospect. Sorry for my blah, 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 blah. Tatsuro versus Cladeson. Very good. Grappler versus striker. This might be the fight I'm actually interested in the most, and I like them both so much that I don't even think I'm going to bet it, to be honest. But it's a wicked fight. I think I'm just going to enjoy this one. What are you doing?
I mean, it's minus 250 now. Tatsura is almost playable at minus 250 now, right? The line's
100%.
really closed in, right? So before it was like, oh, it's minus 300, minus 350, minus 400. It's like not playable. Minus 250, the money line's sort of playable. Um, I don't see this fight hitting the scorecards. I feel like there's a finish coming. And yeah, those are my strongest two leans. Yeah, but Tyra, man, at minus 250, buddy, like it's becoming at least doable to a 2 or 3 leg parlay.
I wanted to hit Clayton when he was like plus 475 just on the money line. But like you said, the line is closed so much that now the value is almost back on Tatsuro. So yeah, I'm passing, but I can't wait for that fight. Really good fight. Moving on, we got Jamal Emmers versus Jack Jenkins. For me, I'm still on the Emmers side here. He's a minus 200 right now. I don't have any bets placed on him, but I will fit him in somewhere. I really like the over. I think if you want a conservative pick, that this fight's going to go over 1.5 rounds. What do you think?
I'm still on the Emmer side, but minus 200 makes me a little weary about laying too much chalk on him. Only because his fight IQ is kind of shot, right? He would have won that fight against Jiga Chikadze if he would just employ his wrestling a little bit more. And he would have won the fight against Pat Sabatini if he didn't just rush into the ground with the ground fighter. So those poor decisions are the only thing that keeps him on the lower end of probably a YOLO of some sort. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Emmers would be wise to wrestle here because he's not getting taken down. He should be able to take Jenkins down. So to me, the only way he loses is if he stays standing and eats 100 leg kicks. Like it's his fight to lose here. He
Yeah, for
should be able
sure.
to pull this off. Moving on, we got an exciting one. We got Trevor Peak versus Jose Mariscal. Trevor Peak 8-0 with 8 knockouts, 7 of them by first round knockout. He opened as a huge favorite, and now the line is dead even, minus 110 to minus 110. So before I wasn't placing a bet because I didn't like Peak at that minus 200, but at even odds, I mean, if you're on the Peak side, now's the time to hit him. I still think he's overrated and he's going to get exposed soon. Will it be here? I'm not sure. I think a safe bet is under 2.5. I think Trevor Peak's going to score a quick knockout or he's going to get finished himself. So is he going to get exposed or is he going to win by knockout? If you're on his side, pick to finish for value. If you're not sure and you want a conservative pick, doesn't go the distance, under 2.5, they're both going to be safe here. What do you think?
Yeah, under 2.5, under 1.5 too, as well. That might fucking happen. This guy's a fucking madman. To be honest with you, I was actually looking tape at Mariscal. I had flipped onto his side, but the line has tightened so much that I'm not on any side of that line because I don't Trevor Peak really isn't that good because I looked at tape. He's really not that good. He's going to be exposed at some point. He is Blake Builder. He's exactly what Blake Builder is. Like that's what he is. It's the same shit, man. Like he's been taken down in every one of his fights. He's semi-exposed, but these guys are just get hit by this shit-eating wild man. This Mariscal guy, I'm hoping that he has enough high level experience and a chin. Because if you have one of those two things and a ground game, this guy's done. Done. Done.
He's got the experience. I don't know if he has the chin.
I
And
don't
as
know if he
far
has
as
the chin. That's the thing. I can't trust his chin, but I can trust that this fight isn't going too long.
yeah, 100%, 100% should be fun anyways. I wouldn't compare him to Blake Builder though. Builder's more of like a wrestler and a point fighter. Peak is definitely like a cannon. He
I'm
comes out.
just, it's just like everyone's so high on him, but like there are so many glaring holes in his. So Builder, we saw the holes and we continued with that bet to our avail. I see the same holes in Peak, so I'm not continuing with that bet. I mean, if I was to bet this fight, I'm gonna go Mariscal. I'm not betting this fight, but I am gonna fucking smash violence on this. Smash
Yeah,
violence.
Peak's very awkward, so when he gets caught, it's he's gonna lose violently.
Oh man, I smash violence. Something's gonna happen this fight.
All right, moving on. We got Zalgas Zumagulov versus Joshua Van. Um, I don't have a play on this. I'm tempted to take Van, one, because I think he's actually the more dangerous fighter, and because two, the judges hate Zalgas, but Zalgas can be Zalgas and kind of grind. I think he can probably grind this fight out. If there's a finish, it's going to be Van finishing him, but that's probably not going to happen either. I think you're looking at an over. I'm not playing this fight personally. What do you think?
I'm not playing this, but if I was to, it'd be Zumagulov by decision. I feel like this is a rub fight for him, and I think Van is good, but I don't think he has the experience to know how to like win a UFC fight, if you know what I mean, like a grindy three round affair. He's gonna and Zumagulov, I would say he was robbed on two or maybe three of those fights. So they don't know this debutant. So unless this guy does something, this is almost like a champion versus challenger sort of like fight. You know what I mean? So unless this guy, fucking Joshua Van, does anything, something out of the normal on Zumagulov, and yeah, I feel like Zumagulov actually gets the close rub here.
All right, moving on. We have a pretty good sized bet on this fight. We got Tabitha Ricci versus Jillian Robertson. This is a grappler versus a grappler. The odds are pretty close, so obviously it's going to be a competitive fight. Neither is great on the feet, so who's going to end up on top? That's going to be the big question here. Robertson's not the greatest wrestler. We both are on the Ricci side. Seems like a lot of people are on the Robertson side, but we both have Ricci. We both have bets on Ricci. I don't necessarily think she's going to finish her. I expect an over. I think over's conservative no matter what. Probably a decision, but over for sure. And I got Ricci. How do you see it?
I like Ricci. I think her wrestling's better. That's the plain and simple. Because she's fought the jiu-jitsu artists and she's been able to control them, 4 or 5 takedowns a fight. Uh Pollyanna Vienna and Jessica Penne. And you're gonna say, oh, Jillian's bigger, she's coming down, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't think so. Baby Shark's tough. She's really small, stocky. Her arms are jacked. So this could be a good fight. I think she ends up on top though. And if she does get taken down, unlike Piera and those other girls, she's not gonna just sit there in fucking guard and do nothing. She'll try to push up. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt too. So that's not Jillian's not like fucking Damian Maya on the ground. She's good. She's not like she doesn't flow like that. She just doesn't flow. She doesn't have that kind of jiu-jitsu flow. That's all. I feel like
All
she
right.
gets outpowered. She's trying baby shark.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I like it. I like it. And we have her on money line. We have a prop bet on her. We have her in parlays. You're gonna see those at the end of the video, but Ricci can be a big part of our night, hopefully. All right, moving on. We got Mateus Rebecki versus Loik Radzabov. This is going to be kind of a wrestler versus a wrestler. I think the over is safe here. And I'm not sure what the current odds are, but I think I like the dog in Radzabov. I'm not sure if he's still the dog or not.
He's a bigger
Uh,
dog.
he's the underdog.
He's a bigger dog. 125 now. Plus 125 now.
Okay, I think I'm going to lean Radzabov. I think if you're going to hold a gun to my head and you want a winning bet, my winning bet is going to say, hey, bet the over. I think this fight's going over for sure. But if you want to pick, I'm going to pick Radzabov. What do you got?
I still lean to Radzabov. Rebecki's the one that has all the finish equity in this fight, though. Right. So if this fight's going to finish, it's all Rebecki. But if this thing gets over that 1.5 round mark, then it's probably going the distance because both these guys are known to tire out. Razabov tires out and still wrestles though, right? So that's the only difference. And like I said before, attempted 22 takedowns in the one fight. So no, goddamn, he's going to be tired. After one takedown, I'd be tired, right? So like, let's just put it that way. So yeah, dogger pass. Over is really really safe. So yeah.
All right, moving on. We got another fight where we both have some good chalk on this one. We got Randy Brown versus Wellington Turman. Uh, Frankly, but I like Randy Brown. I think Randy Brown's fine everywhere here. I think he's fine on the feet. Although Wellington's striking did look better last fight, I still think Randy Brown's fine on the feet. And Randy Brown, he's not a bad grappler by any means. So I like Randy Brown everywhere here. And Wellington's coming down in weight. We have no idea what he's going to look like. He's not coming down to have a size advantage because he's still going to be outsized here. So I like Randy Brown all day here, and I feel like he's safe in parlays. Money line's got decent value. I mean, he's minus 250, which doesn't sound great, but he's justified at minus 250. So I got Randy Brown. What do you think?
I think he's got the striking advantage. I think he's got the range advantage. He's got the kicking advantage. The only thing where he doesn't really have the advantage is the grappling. But I feel like his defensive wrestling is just as good as Termon's offensive wrestling. Because Termon's not a great wrestler, so him getting it to the ground isn't the greatest either, right? I mean, he's been finished while he was on the ground too by Bruno Silva as well. So too many holes in Termon's game. I know he's training with Alex Pereira and those boys at fucking Glover's place, but like, you can't teach him how to like, you know, revamp his entire self. And plus, he was a weak chin guy before. He's been stopped. The only two guys he's beat are like oldies. Randy's far from like past his prime. So I got Randy Brown everywhere. I think he might actually knock him out too, or finish him by sub. So inside the distance. But Randy Brown's money line safe to me, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. Moving on, we got Neil Magny versus Philip Rowe earlier in the week. I really, really wanted to pick Philip Rowe. Like full disclosure, I told you in that video, I hate Neil Magny. Seems like a great guy, but I just don't like his fighting style. But you know what? The more the week's gone on, the more I think I actually like Magny to win here. This is a fight Neil Magny should do Neil Magny things. He should be able to grind him out, should be able to hold him along the fence, just clinch him. This looks like a classic Neil Magny decision, unless he can get a choke or something like that. But Philip Rowe's never been submitted, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt here and say he should be able to last the 3 rounds. So to me, Philip Rowe needs to score a knockout or he's getting decisioned. So it's one or the other, and I think I like that Neil Magny decision line. What do you think?
Well, Neil Magny only loses to guys that can out grapple him. He lost to Gilbert. Who else was it? Shavkat, and there was one more. But those are Chiesa. He lost to Michael Chiesa. Guys that out grapple him beat Neil Magny. If you can't out grapple him, guys like Jeff Neal get Neil Magnied, I call it, right? Which is just a wall install, bringing a little fucking takedown here. Okay, so Philip Rowe, I don't think he has the ground game to out grapple Magny. So he's gonna have to mind his P's and Q's. Magny's going to have him up the side of the gate. It's going to be a vintage Magny performance. Neil Magny, probably unanimous decision, 29-28. Philip Rowe maybe wins the third. So,
All right, yeah, I agree 100%. Moving on, we got Brendan Allen versus Bruno Silva. Originally, I was kind of iffy on this fight. I like Brendan Allen's momentum. I like his pace, but I thought, hey, Bruno Silva might be able to knock him out early. And I guess you could say that about every fight. Bruno Silva is always going to have a chance early. But I like Brendan Allen here. I like his pace. I like his momentum. I like his size. I like his well-roundedness. I just think he's the better fighter. Bruno Silva has one way to win. I think Brendan Allen has more ways to win. So I like Brendan Allen. I like his money line. He's minus 188 currently, so not bad. I'm definitely playing Brendan Allen. What do you think?
I like Brendan Allen by sub. Oh, Brendan Allen, when he reinvented himself after his last loss, so he's rethought about his game, and now he pushes the ground game a lot more than he was pushing. He thought he was a striker there for a little bit. Then he got knocked out by Chris Curtis, and he found out that he's not really a striker. So if he doesn't go back to old Brendan Allen, I'm a striker in this Bruno Silva, and try to get into a brawl with Bruno Silva is going to win a brawl. But if he tries to implement that ground game and stall him, tire him out, Brendan Allen sub round 3, just like Jeremy Mearshart, I think, did to Bruno Silva as well.
Yeah, and Bruno's going to fade at some point if it goes deep. So I mean, at that point,
Always
Allen could knock him out even. Like at that when he's that tired, the guy's a dead man walking.
1000%. I agree with you on that, buddy. Like for sure, a late finish by Allen will probably pay well.
All right, moving on. We got David Onama versus Gabriel Santos. This is a really fun fight. Early in the week, really big on Santos. To me, I'm tightening up a little bit here. I do still like Santos here. I think he's better than Landwehr, who just beat Onama. But Onama can crack. So I think early it might be a little bit scary or a little bit iffy. I think the longer it goes on, the more Santos will start to take over and pull ahead. So I do like Santos. He is my pick. But I was ready to bankroll him before. I wouldn't be going huge on him, but I do like Santos. Either a late finish or probably decision. Probably a decision. I like the over. I think the only way it's quick is if Onama knocks him out, but Santos is young and he showed a chin, so I don't think that's going to happen. So I like Santos late. What do you think?
I agree. I agree with that big time. I like the Santos decision because Onama, when he's actually getting overwhelmed, has shown toughness, right? Lost that Mason Jones fight, lost that Landwehr fight, but he got taken them both to decision. This is more about Onama's durability than Santos's durability, right? Because Lerone Murphy cracks, and he cracked him maybe 3 or 4 times that, maybe more than that. He cracked him good in the first round. This kid walked right through it, right? So I'm not saying put your face out there and block punches with it. I'm just saying he's exhibited a good chin, showed some resiliency, just a lot more than David Onama has. When David Onama gets overwhelmed, he's overwhelmed. So if you're
Uh,
Onama, sorry, what's that?
no. Finish up. Sorry, buddy.
No, if you're an Onama ticket holder and this gets out of the first round, sorry, I think you lose.
Completely off topic, but who do you think's better, Onama or Murphy? It's like I know Murphy. Everybody's really big on. I don't think he's that great. But what do you think?
I think Murphy's better because he could be even better if he threw more volume because he's more technical. He has less power, but I feel like he's a more tech. He's a better striker than Onama is, I think. But Onama will tend to throw a lot of volume out in spurts, though. But he tires too fast, and I think Murphy would tire too fast too. But that's why he tries to pace himself. So there's got to be some give or take. I don't know. Fight them against each other. I don't care.
All right, moving on. We got the cards sloppy heavyweight fight. Every card needs one. This is it. We got Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. Simply put, I got Tafa by knockout, but it's a heavyweight fight. We know how these play out. Anything can happen. You want a conservative pick? It's not going the distance. You want another conservative pick under 2.5, probably under 1.5, probably, but If you want to for sure hit something under 2.5, but I'll take Tafa for the knockout. What do you think?
I had Tough inside the distance. Now here's the sneaky pick though. If this thing makes it out of round one, you can live bet Austin Lane, right? Because Tafa's only fights that he's won in the UFC have been some first round knockouts. Anytime the fight ever got extended, he was outstruck. I don't know how by any of my tape study Austin Lane's gonna outstrike him, but if it gets
Guessing.
into but if it gets into the next round, I don't know. I think if the if the line is wide because Tafa had like a good first round or something like that, you might want to hit up that line because Tafa he doesn't get better as the fight goes on. Let's
Yeah.
just say that.
And we just witnessed his brother have a fantastic round one against Usman and then gas out so bad that he lost. So that gives me red flags about this Tafa. Like I'm like, oh shit, man.
Exactly.
So
So
that
I don't know, sneaky pick. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying bankroll Austin Lane. I'm saying maybe throw a little bit on the other side to make sure that you get something if you're going to play Tafa. I don't know.
I think that's actually really smart, man. I really like that. Hits round two, then I'm gonna be checking that live for sure.
1000%, buddy.
All right, moving on. We got the co-main event. We got Hamanda Hibas versus Macy Barber. This is another fight where I like Hibas. I like her everywhere. But unfortunately, Macy Barber's robbed so many people that I like. Part of me wants to go big on Hibas, on Ricci. But these girl fights are almost guaranteed to hit the judges, and you can't trust these judges. So I just don't know how big I want to play them, because I do feel like these fights will both go the distance or both go, and I feel like they'll both be fairly competitive. I don't see an absolute mauling in either of them. So I like Ibis. I like Ricci. I don't know how much you want to bet on a decision and trust these judges, but I got to say Hebus is better everywhere. So I do have her in some bets. What do you think?
Yeah, Hebus is best on the feet. She's best on the ground. I think she's got the better wrestling. I don't think Macy Barber has anything more than aggression on her. And just Hebus, I would say, does not like she's lack of aggression. She's just a more technical aggression, the way she goes on out about it, right? And so her only blemish in the octagon is that knockout to Marina Rodriguez. Macy Barber does not have the striking of Marina Rodriguez. Not even fucking Marina Rodriguez's cousin. She doesn't have Macy Barber's not even close. She's a brawler.
Yeah,
I
and Amanda went like controversial, extremely close decision in a striking match with Chukagian.
yeah,
And
one of the best kickboxers in the division, right?
exactly,
If
Chukagian is
not,
a way better striker than Barber. Like for Barber to win this fight, she's got to be able to bully her and stay on
right,
top of her. And
right.
I don't
Uh,
think that's going to
she's
happen.
not taking her down. There's no fucking way I don't. Her wrestling is no good. It's like barroom brawl style wrestling. It's just like I fail to see where Macy Barber holds an edge anywhere. That's all. I fail to see that.
Well, if you see Dan Murgliata as one of the fucking judges in this fight, pull your bet back. That fucking last fight, I think it was Andrea Lee or something, or whoever the fuck she fought.
Yeah, it was Angela Lee.
Murgliata gave Barber a 30-27. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how is that even possible? 30-27
Dan
Barber screwed up
Mergliata, like
fight.
referee Dan Mergliata. Like
Yes, and that's that same card. So
Jesus.
he gave Barber the 30-27, and I forget what the main event was. If we go back, we could see
It
it.
was
But there was like
Cheeto, wasn't it? Cheeto and Sandhagen.
yes, and there was illegal knees thrown, and he didn't call any of that. Like, that card, he fucked up as a ref. He fucked up as a judge. Oh, all it says is company man right on his forehead. So if you see Mergliata, something's fucking always up. But
Yeah, that's why they don't fucking put out the judges beforehand. So you can see, like, oh, this was a Chris Lee fight. I ain't gonna fucking do that one. This is a Sal Diamato fight. I'm not gonna do that one. Like I'd pick and choose my fights based on judges straight the fuck up because there's ones I hate.
But I remember after that card, literally all over the forums, everyone was calling him Mr. Maguliata. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm rolling with that. He's forever Maguliata to me.
Fucking guy.
All right, moving on. We got the main event. We got Josh Emmett and Ilia Topuria. Uh, the line is really wide here. I wanted to hammer Topuria early, and the line's just grown and grown and grown, and now I'm not loving it. He's a minus 400. I still like Topuria 100%. He's the more well-rounded, younger, more dangerous fighter. I like him. I just at minus 400, do I want to play him? And even to finish, I think he's like a minus 275. So I think he finishes this fight. I think for sure 5 rounds. He's finishing this fight. I just don't love the odds. Josh Emmett will always have one chance, and that is a big looping hook. That's the only way he's winning this fight. But I got Topuria all day. I like under 3.5. Maybe I like under 2.5. But yeah, what do you think?
I got Zaporia. I bought into the hype. I just see the well-roundedness in him and the guys that he's faced. So, I mean, Emmett would have a better chance if he wrestled a little bit more being a wrestler, but he doesn't do any of that ever.
And I don't think it would work here, to be honest.
No, it won't. I won't work, but it would at least. Well, but Taporia knows what he's up against, right? That's what I mean. Like, it would just show some well-roundedness, At least he would have to defend a takedown or think about the takedown. You know what I mean? People like to say that Bryce Mitchell was keeping up with him in the strikes. Okay, look, there's so I can throw 40 punches. My 9-year-old daughter can throw 40 punches, but my 40 are gonna hurt a lot more than her 40, right? And that's the way that those guys were punching each other. That's the way I feel like it was. One guy was punching with lightning fast accuracy and hard, and the other guy was just pillow fisting, right? And I feel like the UFC has turned away from those sort of like judgments. You know what I mean? 100 shitty strikes versus 80 really powerful ones. The 80 really powerful ones, if they did enough damage, actually win the fight now. So that's where Topuria forever will have a speed advantage in this fight. He will also ever have, I believe, I would still think he has the ground advantage in this fight as well. So yeah, so the speed is the main thing is the speed. He's going to be throwing 3 and 4 to Emmett's 1. He's just got to stay out of the range of that 1. That's it. I like Topuria. So
yeah, we got 38 versus 26. Now 38 at heavyweight is one thing, but 38 at featherweight, where you're relying on your speed. And reflexes and your knees, that's no. This is Ilia Topuria's fight. I don't care that he got cracked by Jai Herbert. That was a different weight class against a taller, rangier guy, and I would pick Jai Herbert in a striking match with Josh Emmett too. If it was strictly striking, Herbert's the better striker. So I got Topuria all day here. I just don't love the odds.
I don't love it either, but it's good.
All right. We've gone through the card. We told you our picks. We're not betting every fight. The money lines that we like Hebus, we like Ricci, we like Randy Brown. Who else do you like?
I like Topuria to win that fight too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Brendan Allen. I like Brendan Allen.
You like Brendan Allen? I don't hate Brendan Allen. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate him. I like Neil Magny, right? So Gabriel Santos, I like that money line too. So I mean, there's a few mix and matches here that I think we can do. So would you take a look at that PFL tomorrow?
No, I honestly I've had the busiest week of my life, man. I'm slacking this week.
I feel like it's very favorite heavy tomorrow, folks.
Tomorrow's bare knuckle as well, I believe.
Is it? But I think there's a couple for sure. It's like Shane Burgos should beat this Yamato Nikawa guy. I think OAB Olivier Aubin Mercier should beat Anthony Romero. Those are for sure. The odds are wide, so PFL is always going to be wide, right? I think Clay Collard beats Stevie Ray. Good old Stevie Ray. And all the Russians win too. So yeah, I mean, should be okay. I'm gonna play a chalk heavy ticket tomorrow just for fun. So
all right, send me a private message and we'll see what we can round up there.
Yeah, it's gonna be chalk heavy though. It's because these odds suck. It's PFL.
You sent me a pretty cool decision ticket for this card, and it's super cheap. It's worth the $10. $10 on I think you threw me 4 decisions. You gave me
The two girl
Ricci,
fights. Yeah.
Ricci, Hebas, Santos,
Santos.
and Magny. Those are
Yeah.
4 fights that we think are going to decision. So, and they're all favorites. So you choose those 4 favorites to win by decision. $10 pays like $370. So that's pretty cool. And then I said if you add on a Tafa knockout into that same $10, $760. Don't get me wrong, these are YOLOs. These are not bets we're telling you to bankroll, but everybody likes to make the stupid $10 bet where it's
Yeah.
not that stupid, to be honest. They're 4 favorites. 4 favorites to win. It's not a bad bet. As what were we
Anything
saying?
else you could do? Just looking at what else you could do, like good value.
I mean, those girls are good value if the
Yeah.
judges get it right. The problem is you're counting on the judges to get it right. But I do like Hebus. I do like Ricci. I do like Tuporia. I do like Brendan Allen. I do like Randy Brown. Like
So take
even
those
though
3 decisions, the 2 girls in the Santos, and what was the third one? What was the fourth one? Was Magni and Magni, and then just like do one of those 4 plus um Rebecca and 1 plus Redzabov on both ends just to add some. You'll win one of the tickets, right? So if assuming you get those 4 decisions right, then you're spending $20 and you got both sides of a $700 ticket, right? So
well, even away from those props, I mean the props are huge value, but if you just want something a little safer, I think if you create your own parlays, I think those 5 fighters do any kind of combination, pick 3 of them between Hebus, Ricci, Taporia, Allen, Santos, Magny, and Randy Brown. Those are your fighters that you're going to want to use as your parlay pieces. You know, maybe make a 2-legger, make a 3-legger, make a 4-legger. Don't put them all because one will probably let you down. But I think
take Trevor Peak 2.5 under and take the Tafa fight to go under. But the Trevor Peak fight's gonna 100%. The Brundage and Dumas isn't going a distance. Someone's getting finished. And then the Peak and the Mariscal fight, Chepe, that's what they call him. But that fight's not going 1000%. You can throw that down as one of my locks of the whole card. That fight not going the distance.
I don't think Pete could go 10 minutes. He's either going to kill you or get killed, one or the other.
Under 2.5 is what I'm playing. That's one of my legs on my safer parlays. I know I don't like to do unders on my safe parlays, but like
That's pretty safe. I think that's a safe move there.
yeah.
Okay, guys, like always, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We're going to have some raffle and giveaways for the UFC 290. So subscribers only. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to send out some swag. You're going to like it. We'll make sure to show you what we got in the next week or two. And we will see you Sunday for a recap. We'll see how we did, and then we will break down that next card. But to be honest, this is a pretty good fight night, for a Saturday card, a free afternoon card. After it's early, guys, early Saturday. I like this UFC on ABC5, and dare I say, I even like the prelims better than the main card. Like it's pretty good top to bottom. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Any last words?
No, 290 is the one on July 8th, right?
That's the big one, man.
Oh
Really big
yeah.
one.
That's my birthday weekend. Let's go. Let's
Right.
go. Let's go, Volkanovski.
That's right. We're gonna have some shirts printed, and like I said, you got to be subscribed to for your chance to win the raffle and the giveaway. So make sure you subscribe, and we will talk to you Sunday. Let's kill it like always, and enjoy the fights.